Welcome to our today's music lesson. Today we shall continue with our previous lesson, that is learning notes. Today we are going to look at notes and note values, rests. The rests. What is a rest? Just as the grammatical term states, it is a moment of silence. So a rest, we can say, it is a symbol of a note that denotes the value of a silent beat. Meaning, every note that we have learnt in the former lesson has an equivalent rest, that is a corresponding value of a rest. For example, a whole note that we called a semi-brief, it has a rest. So if the beat plays a semi-brief, it has an equally corresponding rest, meaning silence equivalent to a meaning. And it is written as you can see on the whiteboard. It is like an improper heart. It looks like an improper heart, an inverted heart. This one. Half a note also has its corresponding rest. Half a note, we called it a meaning. This way. It has an unshaded head. It has a corresponding rest that looks like a proper heart, drawn this way. A quarter note, the same way, it's a crochet. It has a corresponding rest, and it has two rests. One looks like an improper number 7. An improper number 7, as you can see this one. And it also has another one that looks like 3 with a tail. Number 3 with a tail. The 8th note, the same way, it's called a quiver. It has a corresponding rest that is like a proper number 7. Proper number 7. The 16th note that we call a semiquaver has a corresponding rest, a proper number 7 with 2 flags. And the flags comes to the front. The 32nd, the one that we call semi-demi-quaver, it has a corresponding rest that is drawn as a proper number 7, but with 3 tails. Proper number 7, but with 3 tails. As I've already told you, the rest carries the same value as the corresponding note. Meaning, if it is a meaning, the rest of a meaning carries the same value of silence as the beat of a meaning. The half a note carries the same value of silence as the beat of meaning. The quarter note carries the same silence as the value of a crochet beat. The 8th note carries the same value of silence as a quiver beat. The 16th note carries the same value of silence as a semiquiver beat. And similarly, the 32nd note carries the same value of silence as the semi-demi-quiver. Now, let us try to match the rests that we have on the board with their corresponding notes. The first one here, this is a crochet rest, meaning it's quarter note. The second one here, it is a quiver rest, meaning it is an eighth of a note. This one here, it is a minim rest, meaning it is half a note. This one here is a semi-breve note, meaning is a whole note. This other one, improper 7, improper number 7, it looks like a 7. Huh? It is a crochet rest, meaning it is a quarter of a note. This other proper number 7, it is a quiver, meaning it's an eighth of a note. This other one, it is a semi-quiver, meaning it is the 16th of a note. And this other one below here, it is a semi-demi-quiver, which is a 32nd of a note. In the second exercise, I would like us to match these rests with their corresponding note values. In this manner, this rest plus this rest adds up to a particular value of a note here. This is a crochet rest plus a crochet rest adds up to a minim beat. That is a minim value of a rest. So we write a proper heart, the rest of a meaning. This is a quiver rest, and this is a quiver rest adds up to a crochet rest. Or you can write an improper number 7, an inverted number 7. A semi-quiver rest and a semi-quiver rest adds up to a quiver rest. A semi-demi-quiver plus a semi-demi-quiver adds up to a semi-quiver rest. The last one, a minim rest plus a minim rest adds up to a semi-breve rest, which we said is drawn like an improper heart. So it's drawn like that. So having gotten this knowledge, I know, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, and this is correct, this is correct. Meaning, every rest of a note carries the note value of the note that it is derived from. If it's a crochet rest, it carries the value of a crochet. A quiver, a quiver. A semi-quiver, a semi-quiver. A semi-demi-quiver, a semi-demi-quiver. And also a minim, it carries the value of a minim. Meaning the silence should be as equal to the note that is corresponding with that particular rest. The rest factor tree. The same way we had looked at the notes factor tree, we can try to look at the rests factor tree. Look, at the top here, we have the rest of a semi-breve. The semi-breve is made up of two minims. These two minims, they make up the semi-breve. These are four crochet rests. They make up the semi-breve. These are quavers. 8 quiver rests makes up the semi-breve, so these are quavers. And these are semiquavers. 16 semiquavers makes up the semi-breve. And these are semi-demiquavers. These are 32 of them. 32 semi-demiquavers adds up to a semi-breve. And so, just the same way we saw the note values, it is the same as the value of two minims. These two minims, they make up the semi-breve. As equal to the note that is corresponding with that particular rest. The rest factor tree. The same way we had looked at the notes factor tree, we can try to look at the rest factor tree. Look, at the top here, we have the rest of a semi-breve. The semi-breve is made up of two minims. These two minims, they make up the semi-breve. These are four crochet rests. They make up the semi-breve. These are quavers. 8 quiver rests makes up the semi-breve, so these are quavers. And these are semiquavers. 16 semiquavers makes up the semi-breve. And these are semi-demiquavers. These are 32 of them. 32 semi-demiquavers adds up to a semi-breve. And so, just the same way we saw the note values, it is the same as the value of the rests of those corresponding notes. Look, 2 semi-demiquavers rests makes up a semiquaver. 2 semiquavers makes up a quaver. 2 quavers makes up a crochet. 2 crochets makes up a minim. 2 minims makes up a semi-breve. I hope you have learned something new today. Continue learning with the music tutor. I wish you good learning.